Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to Friday Focus, where I put the focus on you, real businesses, and talk about issues that affect you. So today we are talking about work-life balance, something a lot of us struggle with, I think. And I've got the amazing wedding planner extraordinaire, Lucy Wright. Hi, Lucy.
Hi, Vicky. Hi, everybody.
Good, good. So she's going to be joining us in a moment. So I'm going to be doing a bit more of an intro for her and her business in a moment. But first, I wanted to just talk a little bit about work-life balance, why it's important, what it is, and that sort of thing. So for those who haven't heard of work-life balance, it's basically, as the name suggests, it's getting that balance right between your business, your work, and your personal life at home. Now this is something that a lot of us self-employed people struggle with. I've certainly never met a self-employed person that gets this balance right 100% of the time, because we are, we're passionate about what we do. We started this business for a reason, so we generally love what we do, which is a perk of being self-employed. But the downside is that home life often suffers and things like that. So we often have to wear many different hats within our business. On the one hand, you have to be delivery driver, accountant, cleaner, bookkeeper, HR rep, everything like that. But then at home, you've got to balance that with being maybe a parent, or maybe you care for a family member. Maybe you've got a day job that supplements your self-employed business, things like that. Oh, and here's the thing, leaving time for yourself. It's funny how I left that one till last on the list. Maybe that says a lot, really, but it's actually the most important one, because without you, there is no business. You can't burn out, basically, otherwise your business ceases to exist. So you really, really, really have to diary in time to sort of make that happen. So I thought the ideal person to talk about this subject with would be my friend Lucy Wright, who's an amazing wedding planner. Lucy has kids herself, as well as planning weddings all across the world. So Lucy, before I start firing questions at you, can you just sort of tell me a little bit about you and your business and what you do?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for the intro, and thank you for asking me to do this. So yes, I'm a wedding planner. I've been a wedding planner and designer, come all sorts of hats when it comes to wedding mediator, everything. For about 17 years, just over 17 years. So I'm based in the north of England, but like you just said, yeah, I do weddings all over the place. So all over the UK, into Europe, and not just weddings, parties, christenings, all sorts of occasions and celebrations.
Fantastic. I mean, I've seen some of your work as well. You get to work at some amazing destinations and venues, and you seem to have some amazing clients. But I think one of the things I wanted to ask you today to sort of kick off our conversation was, I mean, how do you balance everything? I mean, last time I was talking to you, you were jetting off to, was it Mallorca or somewhere to look at a wedding venue, or you seem to be here, there, and everywhere doing. And even just before this talk here, you're rushing back from a meeting and you have to go to another one afterwards. And how do you balance everything between that and being a mum and owner of your cat there and things like that?
Yeah. That's here somewhere. He's gone to sleep. He got bored. I think it's just because I've always been a really organised person. I mean, God, I'm the first to admit I don't get it right. And no, I have been at a meeting today. So as well as doing planning, I actually didn't mention I do venue consultancy too, so which benefits my couples, because I get to meet and know about venues before they become venues. So I can say, well, next year this one will be ready for weddings and whatever. So I was up at
so you're sort of in there on the ground floor.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got all, so I love it because I can get in there and kind of give them advice and help towards getting them wedding ready, but equally my brides get to know about these places. So it might be that they want a completely different venue that other, their sister didn't have, their brother, their friends. So yes, I was at 2 new venues today, and it's the summer holidays. So I've got 3 children who are 18, 14 and 10. My 10-year-old came with me. I tried to make it exciting. I actually, this sums up my week. Well, my child said, I don't want to go to McDonald's anymore. And I was like, right, we've been there enough this week.
If McDonald's are watching, however, there's nothing wrong with McDonald's.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with McDonald's, but when you've had it every day for a week, you kind of like, I just want a sandwich that's not McDonald's.
Give me a vegetable, mum.
Yeah, so it is really hard. And do you know what? I used to shy away from telling my couples that I had kids, because I thought it put fear in them that oh gosh, well, she's got kids, you know, she might end up, they might be ill, and she might end up not being able to look after us and our wedding or whatever. In 17 years, I've not missed one wedding, and I've had I had Tilly before I started, so I've had 2 children through that, and I'm not having any more. So that's the reassurance to my brides that I'm not going to have any more children. But actually, my children are my life, so they come with me to the meetings. They know my work. They have an amazing work ethic. Tilly, my daughter, who's 18, has a brilliant work ethic, because she knows how hard you have to work, and she's seen me you know, up till 3 a.m. and then getting up for the school run at 7 just to get stuff done. So it is a juggle, and I'm not perfect at it, but I absolutely just love what I do. So I do it, and I do it for my kids, because, you know, I get to kind of you know, show them all the amazing stuff I'm doing, and they get to meet different people, see different places, and obviously I do earn an income from it, and they benefit from that. But yeah, it's definitely a struggle, definitely.
I think, you know, if anything, it sounds like you're training them to be in the family business, Lucy.
Yeah.
It's backup if anything does happen to you. I think, you know, and it is a shame that I think a lot of women might probably feel that way, that they perhaps don't want to say to an employer or a client or whatever that they have children. That is a shame in a way, but I think, you know, it comes down to sort of how organised you are, the processes that you put in place behind that, and things like that. But I think times are changing now a little bit as well, aren't they? The sort of you know, your clients and the people who want to book you are interested in you and what you do, which is why it's kind of important to do things like this so people can see us. I think what people in general, you know, business owners and clients and things forget is that, you know, we're not superhuman. We do make mistakes whilst trying our best, and you know, that's sort of just part and parcel of life. I think that's a perk of buying from or booking someone like us, is that we are human and we can relate to them, rather than an enormous company that has a call center and doesn't quite get you and what you're after. So I mean, would you say your kids are quite sort of supportive of you as well? I know one of them's sort of quite young at 10, but I think to have this to sort of be successful in self-employment, you have to have that support network around you, don't you? It's so important. I mean, I've got the support of my hubby, who, you know, it makes being a busy businesswoman so much easier when you've got that sort of friends and family around you that, you know, maybe don't mind being put on the back burner for a few days while you've got a wedding to do, or, you know, they don't make it hard, or they support you, or even in practical terms, they'll, you know, maybe come with you, like your daughter came with you today. And so I think having that support network is so important as well. So would you say your kids are quite good like that as well?
Yeah, I'd say so. They don't generally grumble about it, about coming with me, and yeah, I think me now, I've got over the fact that, you know, hiding the fact I've never hid it, I just never really promoted it for the fear of what people might think, but now I'm like, yeah, I've got 3 kids, that just shows how super organised I am, because I can do, you know, childcare throughout. I've always done it. I've always done, through 17 years, I've done, you know, childcare throughout 6 weeks of the summer holidays. I've done all the logistics of where they're going, and, you know, when I've got meetings, what's happening, where, it's all like a matrix system of where, so it shows how super organised I am. But yeah, I think the kids are. I mean, Tilly, my daughter, who's the eldest, she's really supportive. She loves the weddings side of it anyway, and then the boys, they are quite interested, you know, if it's in a marquee or a wedding. Not every day they want to see everything, but yeah, they like to know, and it's getting them to see different places. And I just think it's instilling, definitely a good work ethic of, you know, like my youngest is always like, I really want a Ferrari when I'm older. And like, well, you know, you have to work for it. It's not just, you can't just hope that you're going to win the lottery. So you have to work really, really hard. And, you know, mummy's always working because, you know, I'm not just sitting on my phone like a lot of people just playing on my phone. I'm actually working. Whatever it is, like you said at the beginning, so it might be marketing, it might be you know, replying to an inquiry, or checking out a new venue, or whatever it is, always working. But that's because I absolutely love what I do. I always tell myself to my brides as I become your PA, so you can contact me anytime. And a lot of my brides become lovely friends. So, you know, I had a meeting last night with a couple in my office in the centre of Harrogate, and Theo, my youngest, just came with me, and he just sat on the computer whilst I talked stationery with my couple. And I just think he's fine, he knows what, he just sits there and is really good. I'm very fortunate, I've got great children who are very well behaved, so that helps.
Well, this is it. It depends on people's personal circumstances as well, doesn't it? But it sounds like they're a great bunch and you've taught them well. So in terms of how you personally deal with striking the balance, so not just juggling the logistics of it, you know, how does Lucy Wright Events switch off and become Lucy Wright, you know, mum or friend on a night out, or, you know, how do you do that? Do you find that?
I don't know if I do. I don't know. I don't know really how I switch off. I definitely, if I have a wedding on a Saturday, I definitely attempt to take Sunday off, because normally I would finish probably, or get home 2-3 in the morning after a wedding, and I'll have been there all day. If not, if it's far away, I'll have stayed over the night before. So I try and have a Sunday, and I try and have a lie-in, and then I try and organise something to do with the kids. I don't just let that day be wasted. I say, right, either we're going off for a walk, we're going out to the pub for tea, we're going to go to the seaside. I plan something in. So because I'm a kind of person, I love to have things to look forward to, and as a planner, I plan things in. So I can't just let it be a wasted day. So I kind of almost barter it off with the kids and say, well, Mummy won't be here on the Saturday, I'm working all day, but we're going to do this on Sunday. And just kind of, so that's how I switch off, I suppose. And I try not to then look at my emails or anything all day. It'll get to the evening and I'll start checking my emails again, because I can't, I'm obsessed, I have to. And I like to give that to my brides, that I'm always available. And hopefully, you know, when the kids, they've had their tea and they've gone to bed, they go to bed quite late, but when they go to bed, I can start doing some work again. But, you know, and then it's nice though, being self-employed, I can take half a day off, or, well, you know, just go out, or I am there every day to pick my youngest up from school, take him to school. So there's a balance there that I know mums that work 9 to 5 that can't ever do that. And I have that, I can do that. I can be there most days in the summer holidays. Granted, I'm working, but I'm here. So the kids don't have to go into a fun club or
you can set your own timetable to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But it's nice to hear that you do plan other things, because I think, you know, in this day and age of technology, you've got your phones, or you've got like a smartwatch, or, you know, something, you know, there's always notifications pinging here, there and everywhere. And I think you do need to just completely switch off and just say, right, we're going to do something else. We're going to concentrate on like a walk, or let's go to the pub, or whatever it is you do. And just be in a different environment. I think that massively helps, because you know, if my hubby and I go out for like a meal, or to a pub or something, perhaps not so much at the moment in the time of Corona, but, you know, we do it sometimes. You know, the phones aren't on so much. You know, I might check it if he goes to the bar or whatever, but you know, the phone generally stays off, and we talk. You know, and it's so important to sort of make time for that as well, I think. So I think I'll sort of almost summarize by saying that you really need to make time for it, because the other side of your life is so important. And I totally get, you know, this is not just directed at you, Lucy, just anyone watching. I totally get how passionate we are about our businesses. That's why we started them. And it's so easy to slip into that thing of, oh, I'll just check my emails, and then 2 hours later you're still at it, or you've finished your emails and you've gone off to do something on Facebook or whatever, and you haven't talked to your husband or your kids or whatever it might be, and you know, you just get so engrossed in your business, and because you're excited about it. But it's important to like almost diary in time to sort of devote to that side of you as well, because like I said earlier, if you burn out, there is no business. So so yeah, anyway, well, Lucy, it's been fab talking to you. I know you've got another meeting to go to, but yeah, thank you so much for joining us. You've been amazing. It's amazing having your viewpoint, definitely, as someone who's such a busy lady wearing so many different hats.
Yeah, I'm going to put my other one on now. Take it off, put this one on.
This is it, yeah. So yes, to anyone watching us on YouTube, remember to click the subscribe button and view our other channels, or our other videos on the channel rather. And I hope you enjoy it, and do drop us a comment if you have any questions. So thanks very much, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.